Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. So I feel like we're finally being vindicated in some way by Arion Curry. Now, you guys know that I've said this a lot on the channel, and I've said that I feel like the way that Destiny and Martel behave, it's almost like something has happened between them, allegedly, right? So from outside looking in, it just looks odd. The way Destiny is always riding for Martel, the way Destiny is always constantly involved in Martel and Melody's marriage. It's like, why are you so pressed? Why do you want to know whether or not what Melody was doing in that marriage or not? Let's not forget when she was talking about the whole respectful cheating, like she knew it for a fact, and then other allegations that she then raised. So it's clearly somebody that is, in my opinion, too heavily involved in something that ain't got nothing to do with her. So it's interesting that Arion Curry is also saying that she asked Martel if he had slept with Destiny. And I'm just like, wow, imagine that. So in a way, I feel like we're vindicated. Anyways, I want to talk about some of the leaked recordings by AL. I'm just going to focus on the bits that I really want to talk about specifically. Now, if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. I do commentary on reality TV shows and celebrity news. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And returning subscribers, thank you for your support. I love you guys. Please hit that like button, everyone. Please hit that share button and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now, before we even go ahead further, do you believe that something happened between Martel and Destiny? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, because I feel like we've talked about it a lot over the course of months, maybe even about a year now. We've talked about the potential of there being something that has happened. I feel like the way they act, the tension, the way they act is so weird, in my opinion. And also, Martel has not been known to have long-standing friends that something has not happened allegedly between he and these women. Now, everything I say in this video and everything on this channel is alleged for entertainment purposes and in my opinion only. They shouldn't be taking as facts, okay? We're just talking. So when I think about Destiny and Martel and the way they always engage, it's given lovers or former lovers, or it's given we've dipped and done it maybe once or twice at least. That is what it gives outside looking in. Now, like I said, we can't know for sure, but that is what it is giving. It's giving we've been dipping and doing it. That is what it's given. So now, whether or not that is true or not, I'm hoping that Martel will tell us one of these days, since Martel definitely cannot hold water for a long time. Martel will eventually expose. I hope you know, Destiny, you are never going to be able to stay on Martel's good side forever. So if you have messed with Martel, best believe he will say it at some point. I feel like he's also insinuated it in some way, because why are you talking about Destiny's son looks like you? Like, what are we doing? How? You guys are not even blood related. So why would you say that? It's like also trying to cast doubt. So yeah, Martel, if I were you, Destiny, if I'd done anything with Martel, I would just come out clean, because Martel is clearly not to be trusted. Now, it's interesting that the long-term side chick, Arionne, was basically asking Martel if he had dipped and done it with Destiny. Isn't that interesting? So she's seeing what we're seeing. Because apparently, Destiny is always calling him and stuff like that. And there was a point where Destiny was calling him crying, and she had to ask him if he was effing her. I'm like, that is wild. That is wild to me. But are we surprised? I am not surprised at all. I think I would be surprised if they're able to, at some point, prove to us that they ain't never done a thing together. I would not believe it personally. But the other thing that came up in the recordings that I want to talk about a little bit is she it's funny because when you listen or to some of these recordings, right, it feels like she's also bad mouthing Martel. And I feel like people like her are one to watch out for, because when they're on your good side, they may not be out here saying anything. But once you're on their bad side, or they don't like you for whatever reason, or you've done something, they start to speak about you and expose you and vent and rant to all the wrong people. That's what it feels like with Arion. Because for me, I'm just like, why would you be ranting and venting to bloggers? This is not the first time you've been ranting and venting to bloggers, which then makes me feel like you want this information out in some way. So, well, here it goes. So one of the things that I actually did want to talk about was she feels like she wants the best for Martel, is a good person. I'm like, yeah, right. Well, that I do not believe that. But if you believe that, if you want to stay in that delusion, that is up to you. But she said she doesn't feel like he puts his best foot forward when it comes to dating her, for instance, and like the way he's being portrayed on TV. Now, it's interesting that she's kind of alluding to the fact that Martel kind of tries to play it down and make it seem like, oh, he's playing for TV, especially about their relationship. And that's the thing with Martel. Martel is not consistent, because one minute you're on Tasha K talking about, yeah, that's your girl. And then next thing, you are out here trying to make it seem in front of Marceau and on TV that you ain't dating this woman. And that's the thing. I feel like Martel knows that not everybody watches Tasha K, the YouTube scene, right? But then a greater majority of people watch the show and are not in the YouTube streets. And I feel like he kind of controls the narrative of what comes onto the TV show itself. Because it seems like on social media, he's always giving us clues, insinuating that they're together. But let it be on the show, he be denying her. He called her peasant and constantly denies them being in a relationship. So I feel like Martel is just trying to control the narrative. He also knows she's slow enough to believe that he was just fronting for the cameras as the reason why he is not claiming her. But ladies, how can you date a man that is not claiming you? That's the thing. Like, how can you be out here riding for somebody that does not ride for you, that denies you every chance that he gets? She also talks a little bit about the kids and how the kids are so sweet. She talks about Sugar Mama. Now, I'm not surprised the kids are sweet. We see those babies. Those babies are sweet. They have an amazing mother. Of course they are sweet. What do you expect? Now, she does talk about how she treats the children very well, and that she feels like the children are going to grow up and see all these things. But that's the thing. You should have thought about that before you slept with your father and had a baby. You should have thought about what the dynamics would be in the future. Do you think that they will grow up and see how you have continued to dog their mother out and feel good about that? Of course, when they grow up, they will stop relating and talking to you because they don't have to be around you anymore, especially when they find out all of the things that you put their mother through. It's only a matter of time. My other thing is, this girl has audacity, because I feel like every chance she gets, she finds a way to throw Mel into the mix, or the children. I'm like, leave Mel alone. The man that you dated and continue to, I don't know what you're doing with him now, but the man that you've dated for a long time is Martel. That ain't got nothing to do with Melody, but somehow you bring her into it again. So now she's saying like she feels like Melody tries to betray her and talks to the kids about her. Like, those are her children. She can do whatever she feels like doing. If she feels like it's appropriate to talk about you, considering they are going to be around you, then that's her prerogative as a parent. I can't tell her how to treat her children. You can't tell her how to treat her children. And then she tries to like throw shade at Mel's wigs. I'm like, girl, look at your hair. Half the time your hair looks undone. So I don't think you are in any position with that raggedy ass bun that you always have on your head to call anybody out about their wigs or hair at all. The other thing I find very interesting about all of these Arion Curry audios and stuff is all of the things that she's telling us are things that we already know. Like, for instance, trying to say like Martel really didn't want the whole infidelity thing being brought up on TV. We know that. Of course he didn't. We saw that on the show. It's not like some secret that you're giving us or some insight that you're giving us. And let's be clear, who is out here stepping out and wants everything to be publicly exposed? Especially someone that is so particular and wants his image to be protected at all costs. Like, the viewers are not slow. We see these things for ourselves. We don't need you to tell us. I personally think, I know she was alluding to like eventually may leave Huntsville and stuff like that. She thought her and Martel end up together. This is the thing. Martel does not want you. Martel knows that he threw away his marriage for you. You should have believed him when he called you a peasant. He meant that ish. He really did mean it. Because if he didn't mean it, after how many years he would have married you? He's had the opportunity to be single. He would have married you. The fact that he hasn't, he didn't, shows that he is not interested in you. And it's like, I don't know how many times, how many different ways that this girl needs to hear it, but that man does not want you. And even if he still marries you, he will still treat you like a peasant because that's who he thinks that you are. He would only marry you if he thinks that no other person would want him and you are his only out. Even from what she was making it seem, apparently he was trying to use her to clear up the whole DV harassing communications thing and wanted her to go on live and clear it up. So he is clearly using her every time he feels like he needs her for something to back him up, like the whole interview they did with the alleged side chick. Then he pulls her up, he brings her. So it's like that's someone that knows how to use you when it is convenient and comfortable for them. And I just wish that she would notice that and leave this man alone. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the chat. Thank you. Bye.